Right, the last time we talked about opening this front entrance. Now the bees are really busy. Well, we've had a fair bit of hot weather now, and they're coming into this open entrance quite well. If I move away slightly because they're backed up because I'm filming in front of the entrance, you'll see them all charging. Last time we looked, they were only just up in the super, but it looks like there are bees in between all these frames. There's 2, 4, 6 and a half frames there, all with buzzy bees in, so I'm presuming they're taking nectar in. I'll lift one of these frames out and have a look. Now this is not bad for a nucleus. You can just see the glistening of the nectar and honey in the frames there, and the bees are coming up now and deposit. It looks like we're going to get a crop off these, which is going to be fairly good in the first year. Now this is really good. Look at how these bees are all on here, and this is nectar. Now during the night they'll condense this down and take all the water off it, and you'll hear the humming at night time, and they'll be taking this back down to a honey. So they'll be just taking the moisture off it, and it will all be turned into honey. Obviously you won't have as much in the frames the next morning, but it'll be all near enough the honey. Now as you can see, the bees are this side, their queen excluder and that, and the queen should be the other side laying. They've got this flow coming in at the moment, so flow of honey, and they've probably neglected to go onto the frames there to pull them out, because obviously they had some comb that's already pulled out, which is there, and they decide to dump all the honey and nectar that's coming into there. So we'll have a quick look into the brood chamber and see what's happening. Yes, just as I thought, they've stopped at this frame here. They were pulling it out, and now they've gone all into getting in honey. This is a heavy frame. You can see the capped honey, which is white, and then we look and we see a small patch of sealed brood, and there is larvae and eggs, mainly eggs, all the way around there. So that's fairly good. I would have loved them to have pulled all the frames out, but you can see this honey here will probably cause a problem with stopping the queen laying. Usually we have a football shape in a hive, but with a national it tends to go into a sort of a rugby ball shape, a bit squashed, and this is probably what will happen. But we really need more bees to last them through winter. I'd like to see a good slab of sealed brood all the way across. You wouldn't expect to find the queen on these frames, but if you do happen to see her and I've missed her, well, you can always put a little message there, all sealed brood. Now this will hatch out, and hopefully they'll work the main flow. We're the sort of 6th, 7th of June at the moment, and all these bees will hatch out and work the main crop, which is going to be absolutely good, and hopefully the queen will lay in these cells and provide more bees for going through winter. Now we're getting a bit further in. Now we've had a hatch in here and it's all laid up again, and there is signs, if you can just see it, bees love to hide these. Just touch them with fingers. There is a start of a queen, so I'm just going to have a look to see if there's any eggs in there. Usually I just sort of have a look, and if I rip these down twice and if they look like they're going again, then I will take swarm preventive action. But hopefully these will forget about it this year and just provide me with a little bit of honey. I'm quite happy with this. There's a couple of bees hatching out there. I don't know whether you can see them. You can just see them nibbling through there. We could probably just help them on the way with the hive tool. Right, I don't know whether you can see it, but there are 2 bees just hatching out right in the middle of the frame there. I've just opened the top up there, and they're just struggling out. The other nurse bees are coming round, and they will be probably offering them some food when they get out. So that's 2 more bees ready to produce honey. There you are, it's nearly out. You can see it and that's it. They're a lot lighter than the other bees to start with until the wings fluff up and bits and pieces, and they will provide the nursing duties for the rest of the bees, and the other one hasn't quite hatched out yet. So there we are, that's a quick inspection. The bees are coming back. They've been working about a mile away for the rape at the moment. Hopefully they'll stop working that soon, and we'll wait and see if we can get another super on this and maybe get £30 of honey off it.